Coinvention, August 31st, is the future of blockchain applications being built today. You're going to find speakers that aren't just talking about how they want to use blockchain technology in the future. There's actually real companies, real applications that are using distributed ledger technology every single day right now.
Come with an open mind. Look for people to work with and think about how you can collaborate. At the end of the day, us coming together and building and working together is going to facilitate the growth we need to see.
Philadelphia is a very special city. The Declaration of Independence is there, and I believe cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, smart contracts, they're the people's Declaration of Independence.
Welcome to Corporate to Crypto. I'm Ryan Dennis, your host here on the ICO Alert podcast. I am so excited today to have somebody who is an incredible entrepreneur and has already devised, organized, and is leading an amazing event that I've been hearing about everywhere I turn, left and right in the crypto world, Coinvention, which is happening August 30th and 31st in Philadelphia, which is an underrated city, and we're going to get into that a little bit, but I would love to introduce my friend Alex Scagz. How you doing, Alex?
Thanks, Ryan. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me out. I'm really excited to be here with you and talk about Coinvention and the projects I'm working on.
We've been talking about how busy we are, how the crypto world never stops. I'm sure you're busy as heck. First of all, love what I've been hearing about Coinvention. From every single part of my network, I've been hearing people talking about it. From my lawyer here at ICO Alert, CKR Law, we had Alexandra Levin Kramer, who's obviously a huge influencer in this space, and for women on the blockchain and diversity and inclusion across financial technology, Paul McNeil and some other people, and a lot of people here even at ICO Alert were like, hey, are you going to Coinvention? So it's kind of the talk of the town. You're in Philadelphia, and I just would love to hear how you kind of started out with the idea for Coinvention, and then I want to hear about you.
So Coinvention started actually in November in Miami. A couple friends came up to me and were like, you want to come, you want to throw this event? Like, let's throw a crypto conference. Previously I've been doing a lot of work in the music industry and throwing my own events, 1,000-person events. Organizing these things is my specialty, so I have no problem there. And so Coinvention was born. We went to Miami, $30 flights, and came up with the idea, the name, Coinvention, co-invent. Perfect example for this industry of what this industry means: co-invent, co-invention, blockchain, open source coming together, decentralizing these systems. And then it was born. But it took from there all the way to, we didn't sign contracts for the hotel until April. So, Lowe's Hotel got back to us. They said, we got this date, no other dates. And so they only gave us 4 months to plan. And, we just came and it's a storm. We've been brewing a storm. And it's good because everybody's really, really catching on. And, the word's getting out there, and I can't tell you how many emails I keep getting about, oh, I want to be a part of it. I want to sponsor. I want to do this. I want to be there. I want to speak. Everybody wants to speak. But it's just like brewing. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, we've heard a lot in this industry about crypto events and how they're either put together shabbily, or they're disorganized, or they're too expensive, or the location is in Malta, or it's just an incredible, it's just a credible just question marks all around it. And I'd love to hear from you as to why you felt confidently about, hey, crypto event, I could do this the right way. And where is it today?
I would say that you bring up a lot of valid points about, making sure that these conferences are adequate in, in putting together something that is quality. And for us, it's an easy transition from the music scene. And I brought over a bunch of the people I've worked with, who manage production, who manage artist hospitality, who manage the exhibitors, who manage speaker relations. And so it's been an easy transition for us. And bringing over those same similar systems. I would say that our main goal is to put on an event that runs smoothly and sticks to the schedule, because we've noticed that a lot of these events, they don't understand the point or the reasoning for staying to the schedule, and they're not good at it. We're good at it. Try running a music festival where everybody's drunk and who knows what else, and then keeping that on schedule. This is going to be easy. We got professionals, and as long as we tell them, hey, get off at this time, they get off. Other guys we got to fight with now.
Yeah, let's get into that. I mean, you have a career where you actually were venturing into the music industry a bit. And, before I leave that point, I definitely do want to say thank you for creating a conference that makes sense for us, especially for people here in the US. I saw that you guys' mission is to provide an event that's in tune with the authentic cryptocurrency culture at an affordable price in awesome cities. So I have to give you credit, number one, for the affordability. Everybody thinks that they can make a quick buck when they do these conferences. I've seen some terribly disorganized conferences put together at very high prices, and then prices change, and then they even over-invite everybody, and then they're overpacked, and they're in weird cities. And I love that you're having conferences in cities like Miami and Philadelphia, cities where people don't normally think about cryptocurrency to be a hub, even though these are underrated, gigantic markets across, compared to any city in the world, right?
Yeah.
So how did you kind of decide, based on, you probably know from being in the music industry and traveling and doing those things in different cities, what is a good city with good culture. How did you decide on Philly?
Philly, that's a great question. And Philly's a great city to hold a conference. It's in between DC, it's in between New York City, it's in between Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Rochester. Boston's 4 hours away. Baltimore's right there. I always forget about Baltimore. It's so centrally located, and what people don't realize is Philly is also the fourth or fifth largest city in America. It kind of goes under the radar there, but it's huge. It really is huge. And then that combined with the close proximity of the East Coast, you got a great location. And for us to be the first, major conference to come in and debut in Philly and kind of hold that title, I think we got a lot of potential to grow there. And, whereas New York City, you hit New York City, you hit San Fran, there's a conference there every weekend. Well, what's the point? Why do I want to go there and compete? And I'm just going to get overshadowed in New York City by consensus. In San Francisco, good luck. You're going to get overshadowed by everything. And retracing a little bit too with, you bring up a good point about these conferences. They're not really well put together or anything. And, and us trying to bring in the community and build a solid base. And that's the goal of Coinvention. And so that's why we have set up Coinvention incubator space, where we're going to host meetups and businesses for an hour to come in. And actually, the beginning of the day is going to start with a hackathon. We're going to have the hackathon on the 30th, but it's going to lead into a 3-hour hackathon at the actual conference for attendees who aren't really aware of what a hackathon is, to come in and watch these, developers, these entrepreneurs design and build their projects. And that's the point. And that's what we want. We want companies, and we want Coinvention to be where companies come in and, facilitate growth within themselves and maybe come up with new ideas and meet the people that they need to meet to continue working on their conference. Their company, their idea. That's the point. I think from my experience in the music industry, that's what I did with my events. I'd have nonprofits, I'd have workshops. We would raise money for the nonprofits. We would build this sense of community and, sense of growth. And that's what I'm really taking over into Coinvention. And what I think will set us apart from other conferences is that we hope to, build a space for people to grow, and not just a space where people come in and shill.
Let's face it, we now live in a sharing economy. The sharing of private homes, cars, other assets are booming. disrupting the traditional old-fashioned business-to-consumer rental process. For example, freelancers have left stuffy offices and now earn billions of dollars. But yet all asset owners, renters, employers, even contractors are paying outrageous commissions to middlemen and risk being cheated every day. Wono looks to make an end of this. Meet a global middleman-free blockchain-based sharing environment for rentals and freelancing. Share what you have and get what you want from other users. Earn and spend in Wono tokens, avoiding huge commissions, currency exchanges, and hassle. Get rid of the middleman. Earn for yourself, not for the platform. The token presale starts on the 6th of August with a 30% bonus for early birds. Check out more details only at ICOalert.com.
Typically, you see a lot of crypto events where, like you said, everybody just wants to speak. But the philosophy of having people there that are going to meet and collaborate and work together and talk about different issues in an organized fashion, and having the people that can create and make things happen, those go-getters, those movers and shakers, is incredible. Running down the list of the people you have coming down to this event is just, it's jaw-dropping. I love it. It also looks like a very diverse group of folks from different countries. There's a lot of women. I see a lot of people of color. Just in general, kudos to you for putting together a very colorful event. I want to hear about some of the way that you decided to organize it, right? Being somebody who has had some experience in the music industry as well, you have an understanding of how to make things fun and exciting, the spice of life. So how is this event going to be organized? Because I love the way you put together the agenda. Anybody listening now, open up coinvention.io and check out their agenda page, because it's so cool. It's like a moving menu of time that is live, and you can kind of scroll around and play with it. It's a fun little widget. But how did you kind of set up the agenda, and why is Coinvention different?
So we actually, we've set up, we've actually, the agenda's even more updated than that. I've been trying to get my guy to update it, but which is why I want to talk about it, is what we've set up is, a first day, August 30th, a hackathon where, people can come in and stop in, check out the hackathon. There's going to be workshops there. People can learn a little bit, especially for outsiders coming in. People looking for devs, go to the hackathon. There's going to be, devs there that, everybody needs devs. They make the world go round. Mm-hmm. And from there, we're going to be doing a meetup from 6 to 8 in conjunction with the local meetups, the local Ethereum meetup, the Philly blockchain meetup, I believe, and blockchain for social impact meetup. And they're going to be facilitating a meetup from 6 to 8 at Alvasier. And from there, we're going to have an 8 to 10 networking mixer, or 8 to 11 networking mixer at Midtown Philly, which is a beautiful location. It is. It's right next to the venue. It really, I went in there, I was thoroughly impressed. But then that brings me to the next day, where we have the all-day conference, and we've separated between panels and our main keynote speakers. You'll be hearing talks from Nick Spanos, from Tony Lane Casterly, from Lynn Albrecht, Kevin Owaki from Gitcoin, Simon from IOST, Samson Williams, and of course Alexander Levin Kramer, which she's been great. I love working with her. From her.
Yeah, she's hard not to love.
I know, right? She's on point. But something cool, a cool addition I think we've done for the second day is we've added a live broadcasting booth where our YouTube influencers, and our podcasters, including yourself, we got Crypto Love, Legit Crypto, Ready Set Crypto, coming out, and they're going to be doing live broadcasting for an hour, getting interviews from our speakers and creating content. That's a major thing for us, and we realize it's a major thing for you guys too, to produce as much content as possible. It's important, and it's important to get our name out there. It's important for you to get your name out there, and it's important for this scene to grow, and the people who are here to grow, and that's one of our main efforts. Like I said, is that we don't want to just grow. We want everybody involved to grow. And then on top of that, with the schedule, we got the Coinvention incubator space, which I was talking, where we're going to try to facilitate businesses and facilitate increased networking opportunity and hopefully allow them to, produce something.
I haven't been to a conference where there was actually space and people involved to help create content. That is always the issue when I go to content for conferences, or I'm live tweeting or checking out the hashtag during the event. It's usually very sparse, very weird, very quick hitting, or just not really valuable. So you wait until after the event to see some good content, but then the event's over, right? And then there's not that much really to say about it a week later. People haven't really followed up on projects. You rarely see people saying, hey, we went to this conference, decided to build something, and here it is next week. You guys have actually created a platform where people can meet and get all the things they love from conferences, but also adding that thing that I think has been missed out on, is the missed opportunity for people to collaborate and get these meetings and get these articles and get these videos, podcasts, blogs written for the connections that they've been looking for in the industry and talking to the people they want to talk to all in one room. I think it's brilliant. So kudos to you. I want to get into, how did you come up with the idea to have different people speaking and getting the influencers to actually record live things? I know that you have some amazing content producers coming, like Hypercube, and I would love to hear how they got involved.
From going to another conference and talking to them.
Nice.
Having a beer.
Conferences are important. Beers are important at conferences, apparently.
They are. You have to, that's how you meet people. And yeah, we have a great team, and that's what it comes down to. Is it's impressive what we have put together in 4 months, like in bringing us all together, and the people and the lineup we've put together. And really almost the fact that I didn't come from the crypto scene, so I had to make all these connections, and and so did a lot of our team. But we do have some very influential folks who have been working in the crypto sphere and who have helped us out a lot. And really, it's just word of mouth. We connect with one person, they connect us with another. The actual reaching out to people directly without having that buffer has been that doesn't work as well. It really doesn't. People really need to be introduced, even if that's just through email or something like that. That's what works the best in getting people out. That actual feel, that actual connection. Because when you hit them up directly, which is different from the music scene for us, which was something that we had to adapt very quickly. Was in the music scene, I can just contact somebody direct. Like, I contact their agent gets back to me. Yes, they're available. Blah, blah, blah. We work it out. Done. We tried that approach for a little bit, and it works a bit with the bigger speakers. None of our actual speakers we did that with, but I know that we've got responses from their agencies on some of the bigger speakers in the industry, in terms of like, okay, like here, this is how much it is, blah, blah, blah. But in general, this is an industry where people just want to be there and just want to be out, but they don't want to be like, they don't want the cold. It creates this element of unfriendliness. It creates this, because everybody's emailing you shill stuff. So when you email somebody saying, hey, come speak, they don't necessarily respond because they think it's like a shill, or they're not. So they have to get that warm welcome. And that's kind of how we've brought in everybody, just building that network.
So make introductions, make friends, introduce people to who they need to meet. Somebody in your network, be open to it. It's obviously doing really well for the connections that are going to happen here at Coinvention. So real quick, I would love to hear about your story. Let's get to know you real quick, Alex. Can you please tell me what the heck you have been up to the past 10 years and how you discovered crypto and blockchain. And, obviously you're talking about building a conference where I think it'll be great for anybody who's not into crypto. So if you're listening to this and, this is not really a technical interview and you want to get into blockchain, you want to get into the crypto space, the lower the barrier of entry, the better. From my perspective, this is the kind of event you might want to check out if you want to actually get introduced to the space in a friendly way, because it's put together by somebody who obviously was in a different industry. So Alex, how did your career kind of end up? Can you give us a quick story about where you've been?
Yeah, so around around 2013, I came in to the music industry. I was going to festivals and concerts a lot. Before that, I worked construction. I was the lead guy on a crew. I handled my own crew. I was only 21, which was kind of cool. But yeah, from there, I got a call like, hey, do you want to work on this festival with me down in New Jersey? And I was like, sure, like, why not? I don't want to be doing this all my life. So I came down. I ended up, I was supposed to be taking a small role. I ended up basically taking a large role because when I get involved in stuff, I'm like, I have to get shit done. Like, I'm like, this needs to be done right. If it's not done right, it's not done right, and that's not good. And then that just started my music career. That ended up being about a 2,000 person festival. I entered in on the second year, but we really pulled it together, me and this one kid, Tim. Somebody's calling me on Messenger. So we put it together, and that one we put together in about 6 months, and it turned out great. Everybody loved it. I decided after that event that I needed to go my separate way, and I started a company called We Present. That company, with the idea of we is like, and that's kind of like what I'm bringing over, that same feeling of like we, that company, I ran events, and the events we ran were very like social, impactful, social friendly. Like, we had good vibes to the ideas that we were trying to portray. For example, our main event was called Ode to Earth. It's still going on, but it's an Earth Day celebration. We had workshops, we have nonprofits come out, we have live painters, we have fire spinners, we have 2 stages. It's a great event. And it's great to get it's great to spread that message of Earth. Our other event, it was called Empress Rising, and that was basically an all-female event. It was it's good to like see lineups where 90% of the artists are women. Not all of them are women. We can't get rid of all the men, but some kind of resemblance there. And then what we did is we did the workshops, we did the nonprofits. It was a good event. It's good to spread that awareness. Our workshops were like female empowerment workshops, stuff like that. Yeah. Good stuff. We had a bunch of other events. We did one at the Museum of Sex. We did a couple there actually.
That's an awesome museum.
Yeah, you've been?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a pretty awesome museum. You've been on the bounce house then, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
We sold that out. That was wild. That was actually our first event as a company.
Wow.
I got introduced to the guy who was managing the events there, and he didn't really understand what we were coming in to do. And I don't think I think I kind of wasn't super clear, because I kind of knew that I might hit some walls if I fully told him. But basically we turned the whole 3-4 stories into a festival. We had 4 stages. We carried speakers up to the 3rd floor.
Whoa.
And yeah, we had 1,200 people there. We had jazz going down in the bar room. We had house music downstairs. We had bass music on the 3rd floor. we did workshops there too. This wonderful woman, Val, did like a Kundalini Rising workshop. We had flute meditation. We had a magician. It was pretty wild, but they were not happy with that. They not that they weren't happy. Like, they loved us. The staff loved us. The actual museum loved us, but they weren't expecting what we did, and nobody's ever done anything like that before. They're like, they have these, like, you know, hundreds of $1,000s worth of millions of dollars worth of art everywhere.
Yes.
And so, yeah, and the bounce house was open, the maze was open.
Man, you're an unconventional dude. I like that. I like what you're doing.
I don't let walls like stop me, and I really want to bring that over to Coinvention, and I think, you know, this is our first one, but we're gonna just keep devising ways to build the networking ability of the attendees and spread information and you know, improve it beyond just here's the sponsors, here's the speakers, here's the exhibitors. Have fun. You know, we want to do more than just the basics.
Well, you heard it here first. Coinvention, August 30th. You got the hackathon. That's a free event. There's going to be actual blockchain devs there. Come on. What's the most valuable resource in crypto? The next day, August 31st, Coinvention. Actually, the tickets are under $1,000. I can't believe it, man. The general admission, I think, at last minute will be $350. And you even had an early bird for $200, and now it's $250, ending, I believe, Friday, August 24th. So if you're listening to this, this is an affordable crypto ticket and your ticket to potentially creating content with high-level influencers in the game right now. I think this is the kind of event that could actually boost your company 5 years in 1 year after these connections have kind of, you know, after you've collaborated with some of these people here. I mean, you could really advance your startup just by attending an event like this and having an opportunity to create content there and do it differently. Great city like Philly. He can build houses, he can build buildings, he can build music festivals. I have confidence he could build a crypto event that will be fun. I'm really excited. Alex Scagz, Coinvention. Appreciate your time, man. Have a good one, and I'll see you in Philly.
See you, man.